Hello and welcome to ELITECAD at Work. Today I want to show you how to use free attributes. This allows you to assign object information that is already known at the time of planning directly in the model. For example, the fire rating, the manufacturer, and so on. Of course, in addition to all the information generated during the planning process. Our aim is to add the ELITECAD information into the building information model as simply as possible, and today I'll show you what it looks like in practice. We now open our model and would like to give some information to our objects. It's best to start with a wall. I select the object and open the Property Manager. You can now add free attributes here with one click. A dialog opens and you can see a long list of predefined attributes. These are all IFC standardized attributes that come from Building Smart, and we can assign them with just a few clicks. We now want to assign a fire rating class to this wall, in this case E90, and with just a few clicks the information is assigned to the component. In the next example we want to add more information, so I choose Add Record. These so-called property sets are also predefined by Building Smart and are IFC compliant. Here we find the P sets, the property sets, but we now have our own record, the window elements, and assign the record to the object. We can see immediately that a lot of information has been generated, and we can of course freely configure this. We now also want to add information to the door. I just select the object again and the record is added with one click. I've already created a record for the door elements before and now assign it. And since it is an interior door, we want to change the fire rating class to E60, but we leave the other attributes as they are. The next step is to assign the attributes to all objects. For this we use the well-known ELITECAD copy parameters function. This also works for free attributes. We simply select a group of free attributes. We can see that our information is available and would now like to assign it to all interior doors. So not to all doors, but only the inner doors. Using the parameter selection, we look for the interior doors with a width of 96. Select that. And we can see that the information has been correctly assigned. The doors are selected. This doesn't only affect the visible selection, but also the entire model, which means that everything that is hidden has now received this information too. Of course, we can check that very easily by switching to the first floor and selecting any door there. And we immediately see that the information is available. So with just a few clicks, we assigned the information in the entire model. The free attributes not only work for architectural objects, but of course also for library parts. We would now like to give some information to the kitchen. For this purpose, I'm now creating a new record, a property set, which doesn't even exist yet. I call it Kitchen Elements, and all information, such as manufacturer or article numbers, should be assigned there. We can easily choose them. In addition, we would like to provide information about the material. This doesn't yet exist as free attribute, but we can easily define it ourselves. With a click on Define Free Attribute, we can choose a name. The type is text, but we don't want to give more information now. I confirm with OK and the attributes are created. We can also assign standard values, so mostly the worktops are made of stone. You can add a manufacturer and save your data. So it is now already saved in the database and is available to all users. By selecting the components, also using multi-selection, we can now select the desired parts and assign or add the record accordingly. I select our kitchen objects record again and now see the article number, for example. This of course depends on the respective component, which we have to assign individually. We can add an article number and a description. If we now pass on the model, for example by IFC data exchange, all attributes are of course provided accordingly. And so just with a few clicks, more information was created in the model already during planning, and we have a simple and more efficient openBIM process. See you next time!